Yes, 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 brothers and sisters, how are you doing? It's Commander Samuel Patterson Jr. here, commander of 175 Black veterans fighting for reparations, fighting for the benefits in which they earned while they were going. First of all, I want to send a shout out to our CEO in Sekandi Takoradi, Ghana. Yesterday was her birthday. Her name is Georgina Osei Ubura from Sekani Takoradi. She maintains and she handles the building there so our team can practice, and she maintains the payment for the practice of the field. And every other month we were having before the virus a business lunch. The business lunch consists of those young men over there who are playing soccer to enter into the international program for skills, like all the other races do when they come to America. When they come to America for that, then they go back home and be gainfully employed in their own country. Young blacks here will still have the same opportunity because right here in California we have a local called Local 3 that has a lot of skills positions that you want to get, but you're gonna have to want to work. You know, you can't be trying to be slick, sell dope, or hang out, be cool. You're gonna have to be able to go ahead and go to work. So this is her. She's over the team, the soccer team. Like I said, we're gonna have a big championship championship game here in the Bay Area, and somebody's gonna take the trophy home. But they'll be able to split money for the youth in Sekandi Takoradi Ghana and the black youth here, and they'll be able to go into those skills and programs, you know, and things of that nature. I also want to talk to you about voting. Don't give up your vote unless they talk about reparations. Biden just 15 years ago talked about he don't want his kids to go to school with monkey children. That was his quote in the newspaper, along with incarcerating a lot of the brothers who had little petty crimes and turned their life around, trying to continue to keep us slaves here. So vote for him is about nothing. Vote for Trump ain't nothing because we're in a box. Okay? We're in a box. The only way to get out of that box is get out of their constitution, work with Dr. Claude Anderson to make sure that you sign up for reparations and that you're willing to go for get this constitution just like the Indians, so we can get some lands and we can get some reparations, so we can go ahead and get small businesses and look out for our own, have our own schools where we'll be able to teach our children heritage. We had history way before we came here, way before we even came to America. We had history, and those individuals need to be talked about. You know, when you're in school, you have a curriculum, and also the inventions that revolutionized the world coming from us. We were builders anyway, and that's why we black veterans are so keen on having our young black men learn those skills and trades, because we were builders anyway before America stole us and brought us over here. I'd like to give a shout out to Fly Nubian Queens, okay? All of them. And all the other individuals got great podcasts. But the time we know what this country is going to be doing, they're going to try to let them individuals off. They just shot the recent black people anyway. They've been doing it since I've been on this planet, making excuses for them. The union bail them out and all that kind of crap. Because we're stuck in that box. We're still waiting for them to acknowledge us. Okay, instead of working with our own people in Africa, who's got plenty of resources, we have none. We don't manufacture nothing, but they do. So, you know, in this podcast, I'm going to be showing you a little about Sekandi Takoradi, about the company, and about the racism that's been stopping us from being able to move forward. and handle our own business. This nation just continues wants to be slaves, stuck with them, work for them. A lot of us are tired, very, very tired. And for you, to me, any person that's sending their child to school is out of their mind. Because this man sending your child to school and the place hasn't been prepared properly, for their safety, that's your precious commodity. You see what I'm saying? Stand up. Tell them no. What they gonna do? What they gonna do? You run around here playing with this little stimulus money, knowing that when they give it to individuals that need it, it helps circulate the money in the economy. When nobody's stupid, okay, you're not doing nothing. Reparations, cut the check when you be doing something for all with the 500 years of slavery without no pay. Okay, and you expect us to be in tip-top shape. But what we're advocating is that you must contact Dr. Claude Anderson. His books are flying out the shelf because a lot of African people didn't know they were African. They walking around here like everything is everything. I'm American. I'm a Negro. I'm a colored. All that division that was all in their head and didn't know really they was African. When I got a chance to be the CEO of the African Sister City program in Oakland, I went to Ghana 9 times. I talked to the presidents, talked to the mayors, I talked to the banks, and different gatherings, churches, and our people want to work with us. There's a trade agreement. It's called the African Growth and Development Act, passed by Congress in 2000, that we can work up under. And for individuals who want to open up their own business, it's great. Working with West Africa, there's 15 nations in which the Ashantis were able to clear the British out and tell them take their punk ass home. And now they're in partnership, and they still got the corruption over there as far as those people, those countries that colonized them, working with them because of the resources there. We want to have you tap into these resources. Make sure you can invest your money in some diamonds, some oil, gold, rubber, cocoa, something safe that people are going to definitely purchase, so you can reap the rewards back of your money. Our problem is we've never wanted to work with Africa, or the ones that come over here. You get a bad idea about them, but they're just a drop in the bucket. There's a whole continent over there, and they don't act like a lot of the Africans who came here. My thing is, why would you believe to take your black ass out of Africa where you were free, had an opportunity to get your own business and things, and come over here and work for this white man? Now, I don't understand that. Okay, I totally don't understand that. And I met with a lot of them, and I was telling them, you have villages and things back home. I'm going to send them something, bucket or something, more than just a bucket, but send them, something to help them out. You didn't got over here and start acting like these Negroes, these colors, these blacks, and whatever else they call us. Okay, so we want to start with when I was there. I was able to work with this brother. Just a minute, please. Yes. You come on in. Okay. Yeah, it's upstairs.
Hallway bathroom. I mean bathroom.
Huh?
The hallway bathroom. Where's the bedroom hole?
I don't understand.
We're gonna install the floor in the bathroom.
Yeah, bathroom.
Is it the master bedroom or in the hall?
No, it's hallway right to the left.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, people. I was getting some repairs done on my property today. But as I was trying to show you, is that this individual that I was hooked up with when I went to Sakani Takarati, Ghana, owned his own diamond and gold business. And this is what our people are into. This is what they own. And so people come here to exchange their gold. And I had the pleasure of meeting them. And I looked at that as far as being a great investment for us or anybody else. Now, this is our company. See, this program is about people who've done something, who are doing things. My guest speakers would be all about individuals who've done things in Oakland, help go to the PTA meetings, help go to the city council meetings, help go to the school board meetings and make a difference to squash out racism and discrimination and white supremacy. Okay, so I have two partners here in Oakland. For the import-export company. Here we go. Registered in Ghana. That's their symbol. There's our number for our nonprofit. This is for the company. We're supposed to be able to work with SCORE, but the racist dogs, when you get in the office, have you go through all the courses, but they're not really trying to hook you up, connecting with the loan. Okay? And a lot of us veterans have certificates for no money down, and they're still not trying to make sure that we cash in our loan. This is why this channel was formulated, so we Black veterans can get our money. What we're talking about, the money that they're not giving us that we earn is making a big hole in our community. Because with the veterans' money, a lot can be done. Okay, a lot can be done. We down they got my gavel like a Miss Dillard. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're looking at the back to the fact about the school. You shouldn't let this man tell you to put your child in harm's way. Why? Trying to kill off your children? You know what I'm saying? I definitely wouldn't let my child go to school, and not only will they get sick, but then you have to prepare for a funeral. And a lot of individuals is tap bone dry right now. You don't need that extra expense. Keep your child close to you, you know. And I keep hearing them talking about this virus that God sent down here to take care of them. Hear them keep talking about it's a lot of Black people dying from it. Well, I stay in the Bay Area, Oakland, San Francisco, Richmond, Vallejo, or some Black cities. I don't see a bunch of us dying and dropping off the planet. Okay. That when they try to find a cure, they start injecting our Black asses first. You know, like they've been doing tests on us. Yeah, I ain't with it. So we're gonna have to make sure that we stay on top of this crisis. Guys coming from those who have been mistreating people, I believe, this is me, discriminating against them, murdering them, beating up individuals who were in certain parties and stealing people's resources. Got us all in the military helping them. And when you talk about the military, ladies, don't be trying to send your son to the military, because just to get an honorable discharge is a hell of a thing. And once you stay in the box with America, it's hard for you to be able to be gainfully employed, because you got a dishonorable discharge. They're just as racist in there as they are anywhere else. And that's why we advocate skills, because Black men were builders anyway. You know, skills, definitely skills. Well, I was up in Sakani Takarati. I was able to go to this plant. You can see on the back is Ghana. Made some nice pots, and you could be able to sell those. Teflon. Okay, I was amazed with that. I went to the factory. Beautiful furniture. Won't cost an arm and a leg either. Beautiful furniture, which you can purchase and sell in America, or if you just want to buy it yourself. Okay. This is great. A great picture, because all those represent something. All of them, especially that black and white one down there with the gold. That's the golden stool. And I bet a lot of you don't know about the golden stool and the Ashantis. But at any rate, once you start working with Africa, get your passport and gone over there, you have an opportunity to view what I viewed when I was over there. Some of the fashion. Now that symbol that she has, it means accept God. I'm wearing one today myself. See? That symbol she's wearing is accept God. And I was able to go to these shops where these young ladies were sewing, learning how to sew. And I was very amazed, at what was going on. This is the average town. Average city. That's how big their gates are. They don't have electronic devices to open up those gates. They pay the young boys in the neighborhood to open and close those gates. Some of the typical houses over there. Hotel room I stayed in. Was able to see that you could purchase some of these, sell them. African mask to decorate your home. Just wonderful furniture, just wonderful, I'm telling you. Handcrafted too. Handcrafted and durable. Some more beautiful lamps. Went out to the factories. I didn't want to get scammed. So I went out there to make sure I seen them making it. And another one as well, where they were making these beds and furniture and pillows and things of that nature. A lot of African art. Wood carvings. Those type of events about. Every city has a right to have a international community meeting. It's an international community meeting because people from the community meet with other people from outside the United States to do business. I've attended at least 15 of those sessions with other nations coming to America. Our meetings were held down at Jack London Square. where the professional people came in abroad and showed us how to do the import-export thing. But the thing is, as we got closer to making it a reality, they tightened up on the noose. They started changing things. 9/11 changed everything because everything went down the tube when we was ready to go. And the people who weren't serious and want to fix right quick, and didn't want to hang with it, just let it go. Okay. But we continue to work with Sakani Takarati. Like I said, Madame, and you get to be called a Madame once you reach this woman's status. That's the culture. Okay. Georgina Osei Ubora. Okay. I'll be showing you the pictures of my soccer coach and some of my team. We got all type of films that we'll be implementing on this program, but it hasn't came to fruition yet because my technician man, Mr. Langford, is out on some other assignments. And then our real estate agent and then our lenders who's going to be helping the veterans are out as well. We're going to have a big meeting so we can get all the proper uploads of them talking on the show, because we're going to have a lot of fantastic guests who've been doing things, especially my friends from North Oakland, California. The ones that we went down to City Hall and made things happen and brought youth programs and things to make sure that we had something on the table under the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. That's what we got coming. Everybody else gets to jump on the bandwagon, but we talking about having ours. The main thing is get out the box. Get our own constitution. We can police our own neighborhoods. Get some land, get some reparations, and stay away from these individuals who don't, these biscuit eaters that all they want is a job. You know, they want to try to use our misery as some type of platform so they can get paid, you know. But everybody's just talking. All you're doing is talking. That's why I'm trying to show you that we up here doing things with Africa to make sure that we stay on point about this money, about this economic empowerment. You know, Africa got some corrupt banks over there too. The African Development Bank got some crooks up in there, but you know, that's going to do that. That's going to happen to a lot of institutions where you got crooks over there coming and liars. You know how it go. You know, so we're just waiting so that we can have another conference. Now, I was good friends with Chauncey Bailey in Oakland, the reporter. And so when we first started this quest for working with Africa, he was always with us. When we came back from Africa, he always interviewed us. And you see, we had a conference. Had a conference talking about exactly what we talk about now: import, export, open up businesses, working with Africa. Here's 2001, working with Ghana. This letter indicates that we sent some fire trucks over there and some other different equipment over there for Sakani Takarati to work. Let you know we've been working with the motherland. This is in 1998. You see, there's all bunch of money for import, export with us, African to African. We're not utilizing it. So we're trying to have this podcast, have our Black veterans be able to use their certificate of eligibility so they can be able to buy some property, single family homes, income property, open up a small business. Africa has the resources. We don't have nothing. over here by some fake checks, the stimulus checks, renting and shit from these individuals. Okay, we're not with that. I was working with the United Nations because I was the chairman of the Liberian Community Foundation over here in Vallejo. They start dogging the brothers and sisters from Liberia. And you know, that's when slaves went back to Africa after slavery, which led into a civil war. That's another topic. But they came to America, and in Vallejo, they started treating them like dogs. But anyway, we got together and protested. And by the time we got through with their ass, they was having a damn Liberian Community Foundation Day. Now, at City Hall, but we had so much hell over here. This is Mr. Chauncey Bailey did this report in Tribune. It was about the black farmers gave us 50 acres of land to put the refugees on. Brothers and sisters working with brothers and sisters. Is that it? Yeah. So they was learning animal husbandry, tailoring, dressmaking, things that they could use after the war was over when they went back home. You know, I also was able to go represent them in the United Nations, which I have plenty of tapes. We have tapes that we will be showing you and how our people love to work with us, want to interact with us, and you know, to see all what was going on while we was over there. I was able to through the United Nations, Mr. Tolliver, Mr. Townsend, and I, we sent $100,000 to Africa to let them know we want to work with them, that we are serious. That's for people who's doing something. Now the nation sees that, oh, they do care about us. Let's see if we can work with them. Later on, we send a crane to Ghana from the port of Oakland. And like I said, this podcast of people who've been doing things help stomp out reparations. Help stomp out racism and white supremacy. Okay, because we don't have to be with them all the time. We can work with our own people. Our own people got resources. Okay. Now, all the mayors got together and passed a program where we'd be able to work with Ghana. All the mayors got together, Washington, D.C. I flew up there to talk to the Black Congressional Congress, which was a bunch of niggas walk around here talking about this and that. You know, there really wasn't nothing on the agenda for us. They're sitting back in their chair getting their checks and really don't care about the masses or the struggle in which the masses are going through. Okay, which was really sad because those are the individuals who are speaking for us. If you want to get up into this new constitution, then leave us alone. Get on over here, because we're gonna put them up anyway. If you could come talking about what we gonna want to do, okay? So go on over there and do your thing. It'll be fantastic. Be fantastic. So I was telling you about working with the United Nations. Okay, here we go. This is from Solano County, and when they was treating the brother so bad, we wouldn't have rolled down on them, and this is what became of it. Okay, so when the refugees, but they didn't want to put them in that category, so we had to stand up. Now I said all that to say this here: for the reparation movement, it's just not America that's going to get paid. Think about your brother that was in Britain, France, Italy, uh, Jamaica, over here in Haiti. Okay, the only thing separating us is a boat trip. That's it, a boat trip. Think about them brothers who were in those different places that was getting treated the same. We're getting treated the same way we were. No loans for homes, poor food, poor medical, and they also helped the Italians and the French and stuff in wars. I don't know if they got any benefits. You know, I don't know if they got any benefits for helping the French in the Second World War or the Italians or whoever. I don't know if they got the benefits from that. I certainly haven't had any, heard anything. I did. The people who are renting us the soccer field are veterans over there in Ghana, and they indicated that they're not getting anything for them going over there to help British, fight the war. So this is why we have to get together and work on our own stuff and get out of that box. That box they put us in, they're able to control the loan, they can control the grants and everything else, okay? All the other races have stepped outside that box. I look at Oakland, Chinatown, Seven Banks, the business is flourishing down there. Same thing with the Mexican American, working up under NAFTA, and we have the same thing opportunity to work with West Africa. That's 15 nations. You'll never run out of products. You need to get you a passport. You got some cousins over there. I'm telling you, you got some cousins and things over there that's sitting on land that want to work with you. Their culture is totally different from America. Shoot them up, kill them, poison you, steal your land. Totally different from America. Okay. And I was very, very honored to be in the mayor's office over there and talk to our people because as we struggled with slavery tip here, they still was fighting the British to get them out of their country. Okay, see the history? History needs to be taught. Why? It wasn't that they never cared about us. They was their nation had been invaded, and everybody was taking a chunk because of the resources. Now it's time for you to wake up, since the virus is here, to think about importing and exporting with West Africa and making a good livelihood for yourself, and teach your children how to be entrepreneurs and builders and things. And that's what we're going to be harping on through all these different podcasts. We're still be fighting for our veteran rights. We'll be fighting for our veteran rights because we need to pick up that money to enhance, our community. And that's why we're going to be having our real estate agent on here, Mrs. Sandra Thompson. We got some lenders that's going to work with you, do credit repair. All this is free. Credit repair and get you able to buy some property. But the main thing is, like I was showing you about the conference, the newspaper articles about the conference, Those need to be held. You need to attend them because I don't know what type of business you might want to get into. You might want to just get into furniture, or you just might want to get into beads. A lot of women clothing you might want to get into. Very stylish for going out to after 5 or partying. But I can tell you, just like these beads and these colors, it all represents something. It's a whole brand new educational platform for you. Okay, when you get in here and understand about your own culture, that's what you have to do. Be able to turn back into who you are. Work with people who look like you. The money looks like us. The credit cards look like us. And talk about economic empowerment so that we can be able to have some economic empowerment. Yeah, you be stumbling over those words. We want to look. I want you to look at the African Development Bank. What you need to do is also pull up West Africa. Look who's on the land and look at the resources. Okay? Look at the resources. And like I told you, it's a partnership over there. So I'm coming to get my cut. All right? I would have stayed in Ghana like so many other Americans would have and never came back here. But it was the possibility of the import-export and getting out their product because they had beautiful products. I went to all the shops. I was very amazed. Them brothers were working hard. It was all handcrafted. Okay. And we were bringing at least 250 jobs to that city and then 250 jobs to this city. But we got a chocolate biscuit woman up here, this cook at the Oakland City Hall, along with McEnany, that didn't want to make this come to fruition. There's land on the dock. Excuse me, let me get it right. It's land. It was land. A warehouse on the Port of Oakland, which they could have rented They could have rented it to us. They could have rented it to us, and we was working with SCORE. We was working with the VA loan people. But because this woman is so uneducated by her own people, I'm talking about this McEnany and a watchdog cook, because they were uneducated about import and export, how to write a letter up and invite a dignitary here to talk about business like they do for everybody else in the Bay Area. Like I told you, Jacqueline Square was where a lot of those meetings with China and their community would meet there. Nice lunch, great presentation, professionals there, banks are there. Taiwan, Japan. I attended a lot of those, and that's what we have to do is get together and invite them here and set up a great opportunity for people who want to expand. College is not for everybody, and we're going to make sure that if you want to use your hands to work and be economic empowerment or that way, well, we're going to try to set up these programs with you, but to work with our own people. It's about our own constitution, working with Dr. Claude Anderson. I'm telling you, his books are flying off the shelf, because a lot of us don't know who we are. Like I told you before, now they're reading about themselves. We had history before we came here. Okay, our thing is to make sure we gone over here and work with our brothers and sisters who got something. And I ain't talking about the slick blacks that's selling the crack and the heroin and doing the shady thing. I'm talking about people who want to work and people who have a great knack for opening up a business. And it's really not that hard. If you're making money, if you got a job and you're making money for the company you're working for, hell, you see how it's ran, you can open up your own business. Okay? Instead of waiting around for corporate America to create a job, hand out some food stamps or whatever they're going to do. Step outside the box. Everybody all these talk shows and things are talking about what's happening, which is very, very important. But they ain't doing nothing. Still stuck in the box. talking. No, you got to step outside the box. That's why today I was showing you this information about the company. You know what I'm saying? Even though the racism and the racist dogs are stopping us from getting along, but we'll keep pursuing it, you know, to bring it to fruition. It's a move in a direction that we're not depending on corporate America for a fucking job. Why? When I got brothers who make great furniture like I was showing you. Sisters make great beads and things, that we'll be able to make a good profit by selling products from our own people. From our own people, okay? This would be a great opportunity for these youngsters who just ain't feeling school, listening to what they're training us. That's what they are, training you to understand and brainwashing you about George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, you know, and the slavery, and the war was over slavery. You know, damn well it wasn't over slavery. It was over the Union breaking away, because the South had more money than the North. That's what that was all about. They had more with the slaves and things. Okay. But my thing is, after all that was shut down, that the federal government gave us no protection from these white racist groups who were and burning and cutting us up and experimenting on us and things of that nature. That's why we stay in the box. But what we do, we stay right there with the white man, kissing his ass, staying in the box instead of stepping away from his ass. This integration shit didn't work. In 1922, we had our own businesses, over 600 businesses in Tulsa and the other cities in America. The racist groups burned them to the ground. Okay, and one of them was law enforcement. And it was law enforcement that was helping them. So we're trying to work with Dr. Claude Anderson. Look it up, look him up, and get on a reparation train. Because like I said, let me reiterate, like I said before, all the brothers around the world has woken up about reparations. Spain need to be sued. France need to be sued. The Portuguese need to be sued. You feel me? So we're all on one accord. And I'm working with Dr. Claude Anderson. To make sure that we have a clear understanding about working about our own constitution. Show you again, picture me. And we have a suit in California, Mr. Watson, he's on board as well. We have a sister in St. Louis, Missouri, and a sister in Kansas City, Missouri. Susie Parker in St. Louis, and Robin Williams in Kansas City, Missouri. And this is part of the group that once I did file a suit, we were on tours of talk shows and different town hall meetings, and we we're talking about the next phase, because the courts had talked about slavery was legal. Okay, then you had a lot of whites talking about, I ain't never had no slave. Why should I have to pay? No, you didn't have no slave, but you're enjoying the fruits. You're enjoying the fruits now. You're enjoying the fruits now. Which means it's time for you to pay up. Don't nobody want to continue to play with you folks out here no more. The virus is trying to take a whole bunch of you chumps out the game. Okay? You keep on playing with God. Y'all just keep on playing with him. He's trying to wake you up, but you're not repenting. All running over in different people's countries, murdering their leaders, shooting up everybody. Folks next, and all the blacks that killed before Mr. Floyd was murdered. Open season. Because when you're trying to be in that box with them, nobody else is in the box with them. We're all on the television. kissing their ass, selling their products. Ooh, buy some cheer, buy some sugar, buy this, buy that, because we're just consumers. Really, that's all we are. This is why I'm saying we got to work with our brothers and sisters in Africa who do the work. Do the work. We're very, very proud of the work they do, and it was fantastic. So we'll be talking about Sakani Takarati some more. Sometimes when I get my technician back together, you'll be able to see our soccer team over there is willing to come to the U.S. to play the championship match. And I'm hoping they'll get the trophy, because I'm supporting them. We black veterans are supporting them. We're going to let the black boys over here, too, that we get the money to raise. I'm on Treasure Island. They got to put $9 billion of work into this island. And as I see all the machinery and things, I'm thinking, yeah, that's what young black men need to learn how to run the machines. Also with the labor part, okay? That's what God gave us, these muscles and things. The labor part, get that dirt, move this out the way, go and make these big bucks. The deal is, once you got this skill, anywhere on the planet, you're good. Anywhere on the planet, you're good. So I'm hooked on with Africa to invest our money in this gold and diamond and oil, so you can get a good return on your money, and work with our individuals who are in Africa. They're called linguistics. Now, linguistic is the individual I met with about 11 of them when I was over there. I was so blessed to meet them. And I met with about 11 of them, and all of them had gold staffs. And they represented, some did cooking oil. That was their thing. They had it was like a peanut. It was like a seed that they crushed to make cooking oil. You had rubber, a lot of cocoa. Matter of fact, I'll be showing you when I went inside the cocoa grove right behind a hospital in Takoradi, because Sakandi Takoradi is two cities. Okay, so it's a twin city. You can always go online and look at Sakandi Takoradi in Ghana and look at how beautiful it is, and how the brothers and sisters got their businesses set up and got their own banks. I'm proud of the brothers and sisters flying the plane. Okay, I'm very proud to see them with their own gas station, owning it. Okay, and how the culture was, where children was to strive to help their parents by being very obedient and getting the knowledge in which they pay for. They ain't like America, when you go to school for free. These parents in Africa pay for their child's education, and it revolves around a skill that they can use and get down. I've seen a lot of young women over there, which I taped, have their own hair salon, doing well. And with some of the creations that African Americans make in this country, with the import-export, they would love to have, if you made a sweater or a blanket, they would love to have it in their shop to sell it, because an African American made it. I don't know if it'll drive the prices up or anything, but it'll be something in there unique from their own people, from import-export. I want to switch gears right now and talk about the American Legions. 1944, the American government gave out benefits to the veterans. The black veteran, 5 million, didn't get any. You see how this vacuum is left in our community? How they're keeping us from this money with their foot on our neck like they did Mr. Floyd? You see what I'm saying? Couldn't give it. They gave it to the whites, they didn't give it to us. This is why we're fighting hard now. We're going to try to make sure we get enough veterans to do our own American Legion, the Black Legion. because we don't need to be up under the racist white American legions. They don't help blacks fight for their benefits, survival, spousal survival money. They don't help them fight for any type of appeals. They don't educate them about their certificates, their eligibility, how much it's worth, how to get them credit worthy, and any other benefits that the veteran come. You know, veterans are supposed to be homeless because each veteran pay into a pension. Every time he cash a check, they take away for his pension. So if he get hurt while or she get hurt while they're in the military, they have compensation. If they get hurt while they're out of the military, it's non-service connected, they get compensation. So even if a veteran ain't had no job, is on the street, no, it doesn't have to be that way for long. Because once he or she turn themselves into a legitimate homeless shelter, then they get a counselor who turns the switch on for that pension money. Even if they don't have a job, the government will put them in a place, pay the first and last, and get them off the street. That's the deal. This is what a lot of that we continue to be fighting for, and the VA doesn't want people like me and other individuals to tell the veterans how to go ahead and get their money that they do. So a lot of them got PTSD issues. Being all the racism in the military, I mean, no racism in the military. Coming out of there, and then corporate America wasn't creating any jobs for you. You know what I'm saying? Now you're out here in the community with all the dope that the FBI put in the community, CIA put in the community, okay? The individuals that we're voting for to help represent us, they ain't doing shit, okay? So that veteran might have a whole bunch of PTSD problems, which they could also file for. And this is what we'd be filing for. I mean, telling the black veteran, this is what you need to do. Go ahead and get your benefits. Don't take your benefits to the grave. No. You want to open up a small business and you don't have that type of that type of intelligence. Maybe your children or grandchildren do. Say, Granddad, we can get together and do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. We can buy these trucks. We can buy these machines. You see what I'm saying? Instead of trying to send them to school to learn about Abraham Lincoln, George Washington. Abraham Lincoln hated black people. Matter of fact, he paid the South money for their slaves as reparations. He also paid the Bells of the South. And it's my understanding, they just got their last check about 15 years ago, the Bells of the South. That was the white women whose husbands got killed over in the war. Everybody but us, because we stay in the box. Got to move on out the box and get our own constitution. Working with Dr. Claude Anderson, like I told you, his books are flying off the shelf. We need to get with him and also get with the leaders from all the other countries where we were taken and bond together to get this money. The ones that don't have any knowledge and history about themselves and no pride, to let them go. All they want is the paycheck anyway from corporate America. So they want us to paycheck and be an attaboy. Like my friend Miss Dillard say, a biscuit, okay? A biscuit is what you want. So again, to the Fly Nubian Queens, I think they're very instrumental in helping spread the word about this racism and white supremacy that's affecting us. See, they can keep on playing with God if they want to. He got something for them. Just like now, individuals are still dropping because of the fact they think they're God. Their money is their God. The cars are their God. Their boats are their gods. I don't believe in the Lord whatsoever. But we melanated people, yeah, we do, and we always had it. Because God gave us everything. If you look at the resources in Africa, you see what happened. And we went around here tripping, trying to play with the white boy. I ain't playing with him no more. I respect them and do business with him and pay my taxes, but I ain't got to kick it with him. I ain't got to be on TV hugged up with him, talking about, yeah, buy some Cocoa Puffs and all that kind of shit. For what? Open up our own product line. Get our own cable stations. so that we can be able to sell our own products. The rest of the races they're not having a problem. But the rest of the races are working with their people. A lot of you out there want to work with these white folks. You don't want to work with your own people because you ain't never been nowhere. Been in your city 30, 40, 50 years, ain't never went nowhere. Even if you had a decent job, you still was tied to that house or that car. You wasn't going nowhere. You ain't seeing nothing. All you've been doing is being hand-fed by these fake pastors and the fake government how to survive. It's just going to be who you are. You need to try to be who you are. You're an African. And you can't get with that. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you. We want to make sure that we continue to fight for the veteran. Here I am fighting for us to be able to have meetings to talk about spending our certificate of eligibility that's worth $1 million, having lunch, a nice lunch for the veterans, making sure that we have the professional people from SCORE to help you write your business plan out and use the cash from the certificate to bring it into fruition. And they didn't want that to go down. I'm here fighting on the front line with my adjutant, had a community member to talk about the benefits. This is why we don't need to be sending no more our people into the military. For what? We need to learn how to work with our own people who have the resources. And this will be open up a brand new educational component for you. Knowing who you are and things that were specifically made for you, like these chains, chief beads. And see my smock would accept God on it. Accept God. A lot of things you don't know about your own culture. All they want to do is go to the history books all up to the Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, slave owner, George Washington, slave owner. Okay? These individuals were fighting the British. That's why I celebrate the 4th of July. Fighting the British. The British offered us freedom. America's offered us slavery, and a lot of us took slavery. A lot of us fought on the British side and got away from here too. That's why that's why everybody's in an uproar about the national anthem. Because as we were helping the British, the Americans were talking about death to the slave. They don't say it, but it's there. We found it. They omitted it for the public. Death to the slave. We were whooping their ass. Okay? Getting out here for freedom. Anybody want to fight for help you fight the British and then keep you as a slave, and then you celebrate the 4th of July? Because you know when your cognitive development hasn't fully matured yet. Okay? Up here living in a fantasy world, hustling, being who you're not. And you're an African. I mean, what these names they throw on you, Negro, colored, black, nigga, spook, you're an African. You need to start acting like one, respecting yourself. Like I said, a lot of you have been in the city 40, 50 years. That's all you know. Shit on TV and what people done told you. Because you didn't get off your ass and go investigate for yourself. You probably have the desire, but a lot of us, have been working over in this nation. We're like stuck here because your Social Security is to make your livelihood in order for you to survive. You went through all that, taking your Social Security of age now. You're getting a little check where you could have been talking with Africa, open up your own business, and not depending on their retirement. We need to get out the box, get our own constitution, work with Dr. Claude Anderson. I love the layout he has for reparations. Okay. And like I said, it's not just for us in America. It's for all of us over there, the poor brothers in Haiti, down there, sisters as well. Italy, Portugal, all those places in which we're doing the suffering, we'll be able to unite and go ahead and talk about get this reparations. So about your voting, I wouldn't vote shit unless reparations on the table and not no study. Not no damn study. Because HR 40 has been studied, that's a bill in Congress, for at least 17 years. They did enough study and they need to cut the damn check. You know, you need to cut the check. Not the virus going to continue to take you out. Ain't nobody going to be able to go to work, make nothing. Okay? Country trying to send these people back to work and tell them, even if you was affected, it's okay, you can come back to work. Trying to take you out. Instead of people sitting on their ass and getting these people out of office, recall their ass. They ain't doing shit no way for you. What they gonna do? What they gonna do? You don't go to work. What they gonna do? Somebody playing with these folks. We want out the box. We want to be able to work up under the African Growth and Development Act, working with our own brothers and sisters in Africa. And we didn't even talk about South Africa and all the great type of products they have in which you can sell in a shop or have some type of business arrangement. I was talking to some individuals the other day. About wow, got my train of thought. Lost my train of thought. But I can get back on this. Getting our own constitution. That's what we needed to. That's what we need to be focused on. Not voting on dumb white presidents. For what? We're in a box. It doesn't make no difference who the president is. We're in a box. This is what planned for black folks. Everyone's talking about a black agenda. Well, they don't have one because we've got us in a box. We got to have our own agenda. Work with our own people. Make sure that we're able to act as decent human beings towards one another, have good deals. As long as I was over in Africa, I seen all these opportunities. And like I said, once my technician get back on board, we're going to be able to see some of these great shots I got in Africa. Okay. Me in the president's office, the mayor's office, talking about economic empowerment. All right. So at this particular time, Commander Samuel Patterson Jr., fighting for black veterans benefits and reparations, will be signing off from Treasure Island in San Francisco, California. The next time I will be talking about the American Legions and how us veterans can get together to have our own Black Legion, so we can be able to have veterans black veterans get their benefits and take care of their families and help their families. Everybody else get theirs. How come the black veteran can't have theirs? How come he can't be able to buy a home for his family? He has the certificate he earned. He has the honorable discharge, or she. Why can't we open up a small business and we earn the right to have these bank loans? And they're not conventional loans either. You're very, very minimum payback for the veteran. But the black veteran, they don't want to do nothing. And we got to mount our campaign and come after our money. That's our motherfucking money, okay? So if we can get on fucking uniform and put it on and go across the water to work with America to squash out somebody's rights and give somebody some rights, we should have enough to fight for our own benefits here. We can have in San Francisco open back up because I like to keep my hair cut short, you know. But I'm up in age and it's all good. Yeah. Going to be having a lot of people from North Oakland, California, who used to go to the city council meetings with me to make things happen. Federal government with me to make things happen for jobs and learn how to teach the skills and crafts. And the school board for the Black curriculum. Very important to know who you are. Like I said before we came in this nation, we had plenty of history. You ought to get down on the Moors. Read a little about the Moors. So right now, I'm about to get on out of here. And I'll see you next Tuesday when I'll be talking about the American Legions with their rotten asses.